Good Tuesday midday to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities, Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Big news is this week, this ridge of higher pressures. You can see it's kind of illustrated here with the 500 hectopascal thicknesses, and a surface area of higher pressure is really going to be the controlling influence on our weather over the next couple of days. We're starting out with a little bit of cloud cover, but you can see this is clear skies up here in south of Hudson Bay, north of the Great Lakes, and this area of higher pressure is going to be in control. Mostly this is air that's coming in out of Mexico, and so it starts out relatively dry before some of that Gulf of Mexico air becomes entrained. We'll have a frontal system push on through. That'll happen fairly late in the week. And then we're going to lower the temperatures with a couple of Arctic fronts to work on through, with some snow returning to the region, and also some marginally strong, locally gusty winds out of the west and northwest that'll affect probably the summits of the Green Mountains, as well as areas just east. And again, this is kind of lowered confidence because it's very late in the period. We're talking about basically Friday night into Saturday morning and continuing during the day on Saturday. A second frontal system also brings a little bit of snow. With that frontal system that pushes into the region, will also bring a little bit of an uptick in winds, but it doesn't look as strong on Sunday. Beyond that, we're looking at a couple of fairly cold days after this significant warm-up during the week. And also, taking a look at temperatures here, you can see where the warmth is going to be coming from, right out of Old Mexico. And again, on a kind of a southwesterly flow, this is going to be making progress with the peak of it on Thursday, where temperatures are going to be basically in the mid-50s over a wide region. That'll cause mud season. It'll also cause decent sap flows for sugar makers, as well as some pretty decent snowmelt. Quick look at the European incrementals here. So this is our area of higher pressure, nice ridging. This is the flow out of Mexico. And this is how it works out here, that 1032 hectopascal area of higher pressure sitting right overhead overnight tonight. And continues to work off the coast a little bit. It opens the door for that southwesterly flow, adding fairly dry air, but also warmer temperatures. And you can see this frontal boundary is going to be the main player here. It's going to basically stall up to the north of us and not really affect us, as this kind of almost Bermuda high pressure system will continue to produce a decent kind of flow coming in out of Texas and continuing through the Ohio Valley and into our neck of the woods. This frontal boundary with this area of low pressure is going to kind of try to zip to the north of us and then come through fairly dry. This comes in very late in the week. We're looking at, this is about Friday night, and we're right on the edge of this this moisture here. So we might see a couple rain showers on Thursday afternoon, but again, it looks like a fairly dry day, excepting for the far northern tier regions. Now that colder air with that frontal system moves on through, and it looks like it comes through basically dry. And then our next player is going to be this pesky little Arctic front. It's fairly potent. You can see that it's a fairly strong frontal boundary. And as it drops on through, that's going to lower the temperatures, cause some gusty winds, some marginally strong gusty winds out of the west and northwest. This on Friday night into the day on Saturday. That moves on out. This other next kind of clipper system located over Hudson Bay, James Bay, is going to track in. And this is going to provide us with another shot of minor snows. Both of these are relatively minor late in the week. And it looks like another Arctic front, so reinforcing shot as temperatures get a little bit colder. You can see that front has moved on through. This is valid about, by that point, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, as we'll shift the clocks forward. And continuing beyond the period, an area of higher pressure eventually builds into the region. This will take place on the following Monday. And then this is how it's setting up with a little bit more fun and games as it looks right now. Once we get into the middle part of next week, as the cold air gets flushed out, we'll start to see another warm-up push on in. This looks a little more problematic. Here's your 3-hourly QPF. You can see just very minor amounts of precipitation as we've been seeing. This is kind of almost a replay of last week, and not much in the way of total precipitation. Now this is going out 8 days, and what you can see here, it's basically under 3/10, under a quarter of an inch the entire period. And once again, under that quarter-inch line, this is looking at the 7-day QPF Vermont, New England is less than 1/4 inch. This is a 1/2 inch. So the main storm track, especially right here and then up through the Great Lakes and north into Canada. Looking at the climate reanalyzer, what you can see here is the temperatures, how they've basically displaced a lot of warm air across Mexico, the desert southwest, and pushed it northeast. 2-meter temperatures, I would refer to the plotted European and NDFD temperatures, but looking at dewpoint temperatures, and this is really what controls a lot of our snowmelt. The dewpoint temperatures are going to get above the 40-degree mark here, and this is valid once we get into Wednesday ahead of that frontal system. 850 hectopascal temperatures centered over Montpelier. You can see that we go above the 0-degree isotherm, or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So consequently, what is going to be falling here is going to be in the form of raindrops. And then we cool back down. This is in the form of snow. And again, this is when these Arctic fronts move on through, reinforcing that cold shot. Looking at the meteorological output statistics, the Moss 5-day high temperatures only, running about 3 to 6 degrees above normal, and neutral to about 3 degrees above normal later in the period once we start to include that colder air. And again, this is 3 days later from the first graphic. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.